Hey, what's up guys? So although I haven't really covered a lot of gaming news as of late, I discovered something and wanted to share the info with y'all. This is pretty big. So if you don't already know, Gun Interactive's most recent game, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game, recently announced that they'll be ending support for the game after this final patch that's supposed to drop sometime this month. It's really sad news, and I know a lot of us are angry and disappointed, and I talked more about that in my other recent video, so go check that out if you're interested. But the news I have to share isn't related to TCM, at least not directly. So last week on May 9th, the official account for the Jason universe, which is the new branding for this new era of Jason Voorhees and the Friday the 13th franchise, unveiled a new logo, and then just a few days ago on May 15th revealed the new look for Jason, designed by Greg Nicotero, a horror legend who also worked to create the Nicotero Leatherface DLC for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game a few years back. This is all around the 45th anniversary of the original Friday the 13th film. I won't read the full thing because it's a lot, but as per the announcement article, it says, the launching pad for the Jason universe will be Peacock's upcoming prequel series Crystal Lake, made in collaboration with A24. But Horror Inc.'s Chief Marketing Officer Sherry Kahn promises that their ambitions extend back to the big screen and beyond. We're listening to the fans and actively developing a slate under the Jason Universe banner that spans new movies, gaming, immersive experiences, collectibles, and more, Kahn says. Our film franchise is one of the most enduring horror experiences in cinematic history, and we're actively reimagining what the next chapter and the slasher genre overall can become. So with the mention of them wanting to expand, which includes gaming, a lot of us began to speculate that maybe Gunn, who made the hit Friday the 13th game, was given an opportunity to revive or imagine the game that many loved and shut down due to the lawsuit, and has decided to sunset Texas Chainsaw in order to shift their focus on that. The wording of things in their TCM update post it seems as though they're working on something, but we're not exactly sure what. I mean, if you created something that was successful and had to end due to something out of your control and had the chance to bring it back, wouldn't you? Well, this isn't just speculation. I'm here to tell you that there is official confirmation that the Friday the 13th game is part of this new Jason universe. So Jason Universe and the rights holders, specifically Striker Entertainment, has an empty section for it on their website, and there's also an official press release that no one's been talking about. Posted on May 13th on Licensing International, the same day we got the TCM shutdown news. Striker Entertainment named exclusive licensing agent for Horror Inc.'s Jason Universe Consumer Products Initiative, Los Angeles, California. Striker Entertainment has signed an exclusive partnership with Horror Inc. and Friday 13th LLC. Under the agreement, Striker, in conjunction with Horror's CMO Sherry Kahn, will oversee global consumer products for Jason Universe, the definitive umbrella brand for the iconic horror franchise. This initiative also includes Friday the 13th, the game, and Crystal Lake, giving new fans ways to connect with the legacy of Jason Voorhees through a broad range of merchandise worldwide. The momentum follows Horror Inc.'s recent launch of Jason Universe ahead of the franchise's 45th anniversary celebration this year. Horror Inc.'s Robert M. I'm going to pronounce this wrong, Barsamian and Robert P. Barsamian. Sorry, I'm so sorry if I pronounced that wrong. And Friday 13th, LLC, Victor Miller, and Mark Toberoff are collaborating with partners to develop new projects in addition to the upcoming A24 and Peacock prequel series Crystal Lake. As we started to look at the impactful ways to introduce Jason Universe to consumers, we knew that our strongest path forward would be with Striker Entertainment and their proven pedigree in the consumer product space, said Sherry Kahn, CMO for Horror Inc. Their track record with genre IP ensures that fans will be able to experience Jason Universe in a unique way. Striker has built its business and reputation representing some of the most iconic genre and horror IPs in the business, but when it comes to the classic slasher icons, Jason is permanently carved into the Mount Rushmore of horror. From Saw, The Walking Dead, Devil's Rejects, Creepshow, Night of the Living Dead, and more, Striker is rooted in the genre and knows how to give fans what they want on a global basis. We cannot wait to see how Jason's legacy continues with content, said Russell Binder, CEO of Striker Entertainment. So there you have it. Friday the 13th game is 100% confirmed to be coming back. I take it the full announcement is planned to be revealed at a future date, but this is as real as it gets. Now, is it possible that this game could be something entirely new from a different studio? Yes, but I'd say it's pretty unlikely, especially for it to have the exact name as Gunn's previous game. Also, the Jason Universe account followed Gun Interactive on X sometime last year, I believe. I don't know exactly when it was, but so this was already, kind of in the back of our heads, but now that there's a fuller picture, it seems like this is actually happening now. So then we have to ask, is this a total reimagination of their first game or just a reboot? I think the clear choice would be to start from scratch rather than just the remaster, taking the best elements of the original game and repurposing it into something new. Using modern systems and making the game look and feel better to play than before, since it's been nearly a decade since it came out. They made one hell of a game with both the original Friday the 13th game as well as their most recent title, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game, so maybe this one will exceed our expectations and hopefully provide us with more unique characters, maybe another story within a story to go alongside this iconic horror IP, because that's been a huge part of the player's connection to TCM and making it feel so immersive. We don't have many details on it yet, so for all we know, it could be a single player game based on a narrative story mode, but with A24 and Peacock's Crystal Lake prequel series in the works, I'd say that this game's more than likely going to resume as another asymmetrical game. We don't have all the details on it yet, so for all we know, this could be a single player game based on a narrative story mode, but with A24 and Peacock's Crystal Lake prequel series in the works to tell the story, I'd say that this game's more than likely going to resume as another asymmetrical horror game like before. There's no doubt that Friday will be a success, but the thing is, with Gun sunsetting Texas so abruptly, they've really upset a lot of people. Sure, there could have been deadlines and things out of scope that they didn't have much control over, maybe they bit off more than they could chew and just wanted to cut their losses while going back to the game that put their name on the map. It's really hard to say. There were delays, frequent game-breaking bugs, and now they're abandoning all future content, including the remainder of the additional content set for the roadmap that they had initially slated from September to February of this year. Of course, there's going to be people who play the game regardless because they either love Friday the 13th as a franchise, miss the original game, or they're willing to check out any horror game to drop in general. But the player base has been very vocal with how they feel, and there's a lot of distrust after seeing the lack of transparency from Gun and the issues TCM's had, so it's going to take a lot more than just a shiny new title to regain those players back. But then again, with how popular Friday was, those numbers might not really even matter to them at this point. Plus, what people say versus what they do are often two different things, and they know that. I really hope that eventually they pick Texas Chainsaw back up, or, just sell it to a different company who can give it the love and support it deserves, because amidst all the issues, it's really an incredible game that's ending far too soon, with a lot of dedicated players who have truly loved it. There's actually a petition to support the future of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game, and it's got over 3,000 signatures last I checked, so I'll link that down below. Again, just to be clear, although it's likely, it isn't confirmed yet that Gun is the one working on this. No developer or publisher names have been revealed yet. The writing's on the wall, but we're not 100% sure, so, that part is speculation. We know a game's coming, but we don't exactly know who's in charge of it. But if we stick to the theory that they are, we know that they're publishers and outsource the technical work to other dev studios, but it's a guessing game as to who they'd be working with. A lot of their maintenance work has been done through Black Tower Studios, and I'm not sure how confident to be if they're the ones developing this one. But tinfoil hat theory here, what if it's Ilphonic? They've worked on a number of other asyms, and just to point out, besides their anniversary event coming up soon, there haven't really been any major updates for their most recent game, Killer Clowns from Outer Space the game, this year, and that game just came out last year, but they were the ones that developed the original Friday game with Gun, so maybe they're, collaborating again, and maybe they've been working on this too. That part's purely just speculation, but hey, anything's possible. But regardless, if Gun is the ones working on this, I hope they've got a competent dev team with all hands on deck and have been learning from their past mistakes. If they're ditching one game and moving on to the next, they've got to make substantial improvements and, give the players what they've asked for, and give us a fully fleshed out game with all the missing parts that TCM would have benefited from. Because, this stuff where it's like, we wanted to do this, but we didn't, if you're going to revive this game, you need to make sure you've got everything ready to go. Otherwise, I'm not sure people are going to hold on and, try to stick things out like they did before, and people are going to be a lot more critical this time around. So hopefully we learn more about what's to come with the Friday the 13th game soon. The next 13th of the month that lands on a Friday is actually next month in June, so who knows, maybe they'll have something to reveal by then. So how are you guys feeling about this news? As always, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you like these kinds of videos, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more horror asym content. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.